So we did a squad site once with an Ishtar, 14 minutes, Vexer, 20 minutes. And the Vexer here is just, it's so cheap for doing it. Such a good price, 36 million. So you have the chance for an escalation and everything. And that's where you make the money, doing the squad sites. I have one more here. I have this one that's kind of a hopped up Ishtar. And just see what, this one's blinged a little bit. Just see how well this does. You may have more into tank than additional DPS, but just thinking that I want to try it against a timer. The other cheap Ishtar is 235 million, did about 14 minutes. And so this one costs more.
Warp drive active.
See how quickly it can do it. It might be similarly. It's just that this one has more tank, I think. I think that's what it is. Right, here we go. You can tell it's definitely faster than the Vexer.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Angelina's just followed.
Angelinas, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Five Praetors helps. Yeah. Well, the other one had the drone computer, and so they fly faster. This one definitely has more DPS. Can you enter the drawing now? Sure. Exclamation point giveaway. We'll draw something today. Let's get in on all of them. Okay, 3 minutes for the first. First wave. My estimate, if this does do it faster, instead of 14 minutes, it's going to be like 13 and a half or something like this. Not a huge difference. Just because it costs 3 times as much as the other Ishtar doesn't mean it'll be 3 times faster. This is wave 3 though, at 5 minutes. Making good time. But I wouldn't want to take ship out this expensive just to save a minute. Oh, my drones split. Oh, I don't like it when they split. Bet you that's a trigger that they're going after next. We'll find out. It's fine though. We can handle whatever comes at us. I mean, unless it's capital. Don't seem to offer the Eve game time deal. What, the ATXX one? It's in our store. I guarantee you. Top of the page. Alright, this should be last wave here. $12 months at 40% off. Is that a personal offer? I'm not aware of any promotion right now of that nature. In the NES? Well, we don't sell things in game. We never match anything in the NES. The NES doesn't accept cash. Only accepts Plex. We can sell you the Plex so that you can then go and buy whatever is in there in the NES. Take a look at it in a minute. I didn't see that advertised anywhere either. Usually I do. All right, this last couple ships here. 12.5 minutes. So, gonna be around the same on the timer on this. Running a Bling Ishtar, it's not gonna make it really happen that much faster. In fact, we're going to end up being the same time. It's not really offering a time savings. The only thing is it has more tank. This has a lot more tank. It has the same DPS. So... Right, we're gonna be like nearly exactly the same time. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we're just seconds within each other, only seconds apart. So running a Bling Ishtar here. really did not help. Not at all.
Warp drive active.
All right, let's look in the NES. It's just about 700 DPS in there.
Docking request accepted.
This right here, so this 12 months at 40% off that you're talking about, that's normal. That's a 40% savings off of paying $500 per month. That is not on sale. That is its normal price. So there's nothing extra there. And in fact, you might find that what we have in our store probably equals that. We just don't list it as like being 40% off. We list it as being whatever the price is, which is a different price per month. I believe it's 41 cents per day on the 12-month codes. So, but I don't remember what it is on the 30-day codes. But I know on the Alliance ones that we have right now, that we've got, so 20 days Omega and Rattlesnake Skin for 200 Plex. The ones we have, they're 50 days Omega, and these two things, 50 days Omega. Oh, this is a different skin. This is the Lucian skin, which is different than the one that we have in our store. It's a set of two. This is one of the two. We have the gold one. It comes out to 39.9 cents per day. Getting it in our store right now. It's actually a better rate than the 12-month by just a little. So, all right, Ted, your math is off. I'll show you. This is the price of the 30-day. So we'd be looking at 19.99 times 12, $239.88. Whereas the 12-month is $149.90. It's $100 off. So if we take this at 40% off times 0.6, 143. So yeah, we're at like 38% off if you were to look at it that way, but we don't list it that way. We list it as what the suggested retail price is. In the NES store, they display the numbers differently. Let me just put it that way. So, and this one right now is better bang for buck because you get 50 days. So it comes out to 0.399, 39.9 cents a day, whereas a 12-month comes out to 41.6 cents a day. And you can apply 12 of these to your account if you wanted to. So you get it even cheaper. All right. In the upper left corner, what was I missing? Something else up in there? Yeah. Anyway, there we go. All right, so Just the offer for 200 comes with 20 days Omega. The 200 Plex. Just 20 days Omega. And the rattlesnake skin for 200 Plex. It's different than what we have in our store. Ours has 50 days. So you buy a year at a time, you don't care about the bundles too much. Well, you could buy 12 of those right there. It will cost you less. And it'll cost you less than the 12-month. Well, you're not going to buy 12 of them. That would be too much because they're 50 days each. So you'd be buying like, 7 of them? Something like that. It would save you $1. It's not very much, but you get the skins with it. So, all right. There's quite a few bundles here. So, I don't really have anything else here that is a PVE. I wonder if this guy does. No, not really. This certainly isn't PVE. I mean, that's what I use if I've got a capital that spawns. And that's why I have him here. But this stuff isn't PVE. So we've got the Abaddon and the Apocalypse. Oh, I gotta log into this. There we go. So level 4, dual beam, Abaddon. See what we got on here. So, I wonder how far this shoots out. 615. It's got armor rep on it and everything. See what it looks like here. Gotta hide my screen for a second here. I don't know what's in my clipboard. I don't know if it actually copied or if I have other stuff. All right. 804 DPS. 2 minutes. 920. 20. Oh, they're both the same. 7 minutes. Stable. Got 800 DPS. That was 4-way split. I hit the wrong thing. Well, good thing I didn't show anything I shouldn't. No. So, I don't know, 800 DPS. And that's partly with drones. So 148 of it is drones. So it actually is like 650 on the lasers. Not very good. Not very good. So, yeah, at least I'm not feeling it. And the other one's the Apocalypse. Let's see what we can find with that. You'll probably mutate the Ishtar drones for 300 million, get more DPS. Yeah, great. Not very many of these fits here, which tells me that they're which tells me that they are not flown a whole lot. All right, well, here's one that's micro jump. Got all these batteries here. Large armor rep. It's 400, a little over 400 million. Let's see what we got here. This is just Tech 1 ammo. Are these Tech 1 guns? They are. All right. 645 and 138 DPS on that. So this is 500 DPS. Do they shoot real far? No. Neither one of these feel like anything special. It's an old mission runner one I got. 138 on the drones. It's got 1 armor rep. Flag, we're at 1134, so it's 1,000 DPS on that. Oh, 1.3 billion though. See, that's a little bit more expensive. I may as well be flying a cheap Paladin at that rate. 1.3 million is just a little too much. So let's see here. These are probably These are fits for PvP. So they don't have any form of rep because you'd be flying them with the fleet. I don't know that I'm gonna find something here that's what I'm looking for. That's just an extreme sniper. It's cheap. It's stable running all of that. But yeah, those Omar ships are not the greatest for PvE, I don't think. And this right here, I mean, okay, so it's okay. I don't think that there's any bonuses to a particular type. So we got torpedo there, and I forget what kind of launchers are these. A cruise missile. So, you know, the flight range on these is going to be like 200 out. And so by being so far out or whatever, you know, which gives you kind of that edge because you can sit so far out, but you give up at the expense of flight time. And it's flight time of your missiles. And so you're shooting a volley at something typically that's already blown up. $0.5 billion on that one. This one's a brawler. I mean, it looks fun. Oh, it's Molnar. It's the right type of ammo out here. But it's 1163. So it's not huge. You know, it has a... Oh, that shield rep is nothing. 276 per 4 seconds. That ain't nothing. That ain't crap. This is some really old build that I had. It's not very good. $746. This is better range. Wait, it says torpedoes and cruise missiles on it? Yeah, well, I already know it. This is going to be great. All right, so Fury cruise missiles. Here's the problem with this. Is that, you know, it looks kind of good and stuff. It doesn't look bad, you know, especially with the target painter. And you can sit 100 out and shoot it everything, but you've got this problem of your explosion radius, and the explosion radius is going to be pretty big. And so frigates might even take more volleys at them than a battleship in order to kill them. Raven state issue. Yes. Don't have those anymore. They converted them into skins. But I wonder what could... I wonder if... Gila could be really good. EFI is best for cruise missiles. wonder if like a Gila. I know that like stuff like a rattlesnake would tear them up and everything, but a rattlesnake I think is going to be too expensive. I don't think you can get a rattlesnake in cheap. That's 1.8 billion. $1.9, 1.8, 1.6, 2.5, 1.7. The shield rep on that is enormous. Won't have much DPS with having shields just like that. Well, it has 890. But don't these have... Yeah, see, these have bonuses to kinetic and thermal. And really what's needed out here, I think, is EM for the drones. He has less DPS than the Ishtar, right? Look at what other ships I got out here. You know, what other types we might look at that would have good EM. So, oh, what about an Oracle? What kind of DPS can you get in an Oracle? You know you can get... Oh, I don't have any ships. Could have the right type of DPS on an Oracle and can kite. Attack battlecruiser. Level 4 Pulse Oracle. 285 million. Oracle has no drones. If a frigate gets close, I'm toast. Yeah, so I wonder if this can kite out at 100 so that nothing ever gets close. Here's Scorch. 649 DPS. 62 on the range. Tracking. Optimal range bonus. Then what are we at here? It's just 67. Got a micro jump. It's cap stable. One thing about this is that you'll be able to pick off stuff pretty quickly. So one nice thing about lasers is that they're instant, and so there's no flight time on them. Drones, you definitely have flight time on them. It's not in the same way as like flight time of missiles, where each volley has flight time, but you have flight time to get to the next target. And so something like this potentially could outperform an Ishtar. It's about the same price, but maybe it could do it faster. And I can tell you that it'll align a hell of a lot faster too. Just 8 ticks. The Ishtars are just sucky at alignment. So, They got a lot of different ammo types in here. There really only needs to be one. You're not going to brawl anything with this. You're going to use your micro jump to get out of the way if shit gets too close. I think this has potential to like land at like 70 out. It's down to 204. That is now cheaper than the Ishtar. If we took the propulsion off of there, could we add? No, we'd have to add targeting range. That wouldn't help. There's not many mid slots in this. And what's our damage type here? Yeah, it's EM and thermal, which is this. It's kind of the perfect match against drones. 650 DPS. I feel like I want to try it. Do I have any implants in? No. Right? I think that might be fun to try. It's cheap enough to give it a whirl.
Warp drive active.
I don't know how well it'll do, but who knows? Maybe with using lasers, we'll be surprised. We just have to always, there won't be any AFKing like you can semi AFK with an Ishtar. There won't be any of that.
Warp drive active. active.
Ooh, Halcyon Dawn. The skin that I don't like at all, that we used to get for free, a lot of stuff. I'm not a fan of it.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Jumps and I'll be there. I think I have the money for this. Yeah, I have a little bit of money. I need to replace a paladin. I don't have the funds for it at the moment though. If I get one of those escalations, probably gonna try it with an Ishtar instead of a paladin.
Warp drive active.
What killed the paladin? Players. I lost 4 of them in about 6 weeks. It's just too much of a target. It's too juicy of a target. There's a video up on it on my YouTube channel within the last month. Yeah, that one was an AWACS. A Alliance member set me up to have a hostile fleet land right on top of me. Pandemic Horde. Ghost got stream sniped by war targets. Oh, what's going on here? Did I jump back through the gate on accident? I think I did. I'm not paying enough attention. Should have jumped to the station. Apparently I jumped through the gate again. I wasn't paying attention. I just hit the next button thinking that it was gonna, you know, because sometimes it doesn't take you to the station. Sometimes it'll just highlight the where you just came from, and then you know you end up doing that if you're not paying enough attention. Which I think I was not paying enough attention, for sure. Praxis with cruise missiles and sentry drones. You know what? I have never really flown a Praxis in PVE. But that might be a good... that's kind of a good thought. I mean, I have one here. I have a few Praxis here. And they're not very expensive, but I'm usually using them as PvP. See, that's 269 million. That's 1100 DPS. But see, it's, you know, it's got cap boosters and stuff. For this one's really set up for PvP. There's this one here. Yeah, this one's a bit different. This one is for tackling small ships. And yeah, this one's very different. It's just got an enormous amount of hull, and you know, you capture a small ship, and then you got your jammers here, and then you just pummel them with light missiles, and it actually works. So, and I really enjoy doing PvP stuff now that I've figured it out. You know, many years ago, I wouldn't do PvP at all. And I just built up my wealth in the game to be able to afford to lose ships. And the more ships I was able to afford to lose, the more I got into PvP. And a Battleship out here at 258 million, I mean, that is like, that's cheap for a Battleship. That's really cheap. And so, you know, yeah. Anyway, I've got some other stuff here. This right here has got to be one of my favorite PvP ships. Well, it's a Battle Heron. 14 million. And yeah, shield reps. You can take out all kinds of stuff with this. They do not expect it. All right, so I'm just looking at what else I have here that could potentially work. Stuff like this. This is a brawler. Yeah, but I don't think I can get the right type of ammo going on with this. Nor this. I think that this Face Smasher one is just not the right type of ammo. It's got 1300 DPS. But you got well, it's not bad range. But you're not hitting with the right type of damage. You can't get EM in projectiles. So one more to look at here. This one, which I think is a piece of shit. 539 DPS. Only costs 89 million. But it's projectile. It's not going to be the right type. I mean, thermal. But kinetic is primary. You really want EM thermal for the drones. You know, even though this looks interesting or whatever. It's not very good. Okay, so Oracle. This one right here. Let's buy one. And if you're watching on YouTube, we'll do that in the next episode.